Yo, Magosi for live. The score is Wits 1, Kaizer Chiefs 0. An upsetting game, an upsetting performance from Chiefs, and it has blown our chances of winning the Absa Premiership. Um, we still have the same points, but it looks like we're going to fall behind tonight. Hopefully not, but I mean, it's not in our hands now. I'm with Hunter here. My guy, what are your feelings after the game? I am feeling, I think all my energy came out of the game, and every swear word I think I swore at my TV and my team. What are your feelings?
Well, after the game, I just had to take the time to go to the kitchen and have a drink of water a bit and just be silent, just pause a little bit because, while what was once thought as, a dream, for us to actually finally win silverware after 5 years, it has now been turned into a nightmare, a reality that that it has just slipped away from our fingers.
Hmm.
I'm really not okay, and I'm really not in the mood to actually take the nonsense from any of those guys that had the audacity to actually make a mockery out of me unprovoked. I am truly dejected. I am. I'm angry is an understatement, but you know what? I just say that you know what? I've just had it with this season. I've had it.
Um, I can
I
see, I can see you just like completely emotional. I can see Junkie was emotional. I'm feeling the same way. I don't know where to start. Like, if I want to get into the game with you, I think I want to blame. I don't want to blame anybody because I mean the football was really exciting to watch. It was really
yeah,
exciting to watch.
sure.
The manager did nothing wrong. We cannot, if there's a brigade now on Twitter who's going to be calling for his head or calling for Middendorp to Middendorp out. It's completely wrong because he's shown that he did everything he can, and it was down to the players today. Everything was there for us to wrap that game up easily. We could have smashed Wits. I mean, we can't blame. We can't say this person wasn't there and this person wasn't there. We can't say you're going to say, but you see, if you brought back Kune this year, we cannot say Kune wasn't there. It was the play was there for the taking. What's your answer?
In as much as we say that the coach did nothing wrong, but there's something that the coach should have done because despite Akpay getting off injured, and then you put and then we've got like what Katsande as well.
Mm,
I didn't even get to see Pilani Zulu on the field. I
mm,
didn't even get to see Robo on the field as well. Yet he was on the bench. Mashiane was on the bench.
Kambule.
These are match winners. The match
Mm,
winners should have played.
mm.
The match winners should have played, and the match winners were on the bench. In as
But we
much as
had.
Kazuki put up a proper, display, and I'm telling you, I mean, look at what happened right from the kickoff, where when we kicked off in the first half, we immediately went forward. Immediately,
Mm,
we wanted to show intent.
mm,
The problem with us is the finishing.
exactly.
We just can't finish. We just can't finish.
Do we have other finishers on the bench?
Listen, that is the problem. Uh, we don't have enough finishes. We don't have enough finishes. Guys who are capable of finishing, it's either they are injured or they're just not there. I tell you now, Mish, this is the problem that we've been seeing for quite a while now. And unfortunately, nothing has been done about it. And this is a worrying factor because if you really, really want to challenge for the league, the way you expect it yourself to, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared. And I honestly feel that we don't have a lot of finishers. Today, even when we were attempting to finish, it's like we were scared of finishing. It's like, guys, we should have beaten these guys by 5 goals. I mean, I can point out Parker, the chance that he had in the first half.
Again,
he should have hit it with the volley. He decides to dribble instead. He gets easily as well. Had he, and then talking in the second half, when he was given that chance, I really thought that was going in. It didn't go in.
God. Yeah.
And now, but then came Nurkovic's chance where I was literally on my feet. I was confident that that ball was slotted in.
That was the one.
Had that ball gone in, it would have been a sigh of relief. It would have allowed us to breathe.
Yeah.
But it allowed us to shiver instead. That's how frustrating this game was, Mish. And
that was the sign. I think that was the sign that it wasn't going to be our day. Once I saw that Nukovic missed, I didn't think we were going to lose the game. I just knew it wasn't going to be our day. But something in me is like, fuck, Wits. Sorry, but Wits are going to come into this and they might just snatch it. And then when the counter attack came, I saw our defense was all over the place. Was it Sussman and Moleko or Sussman and Matovo? Just no communication, nothing. I don't know. And then I could see Vuma, inexperienced. I don't blame him. You know, he's coming to this big game. There's nothing he can do. And I'm like, fuck, it's over. I mean, it's hard. It was fucking heartbreaking, man. So.
Absolutely true.
I mean, the thing is, you're saying we need, as much as we need the finishers, our main finisher, who has been on fire, who has been on fire the whole season, that was probably the simplest goal he could have scored the whole season. Everything else was the hardest. His headers, the other stuff where he hits on the volley, he scored. That was under 9 shit, bruh. And he couldn't get it. I don't understand.
Look, Nish, just to answer, look, in as much as it was some under 9 stuff, but I just wish I knew what was going through the mind of Nurkovic when he was faced with that moment, because I think it was a state of panic. It wasn't a state of arrogance. It wasn't a state of, he was too sure. But I think he just wanted to score so badly that he forgot to be composed. He wanted to score so badly that he wanted to be composed. He actually forgot to be composed, in fact. Sorry. And it's really identical to Raheem Sterling's chance.
it's a perfect
UEFA Champions League. And it's so identical. And I'm really gutted. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I literally threw my toothpick onto the floor because of that miss. And but if you have a look at the build-up play as well, I mean, again, there were instances where we were just so indecisive with regards to the passing of the ball as well. I mean, there's a man open on the wide flank, but you decide to change the other direction to where the guy was just heavily marked. What's the point in that? I mean, what's the point in having or in wanting to execute a successful transition. But look, man, it is what it is, man. This is reality now. All right. What was once a dream, it has become a nightmare, a real life nightmare for us. And this is the music that we have to face. This is life, man. We have to face the music at some point. And
Is it over?
this is the kind of music that we have to face.
Yeah. Is it over? Is the race over? Is our title chances completely dashed now? Is it?
Look, if Mamelodi Sundowns grab maximum points, it will be very difficult for us to catch up to them now, because all Sundowns will do is just win their remaining games. So we'll see after tonight's game. At the end of the 90 minutes for Sundowns game as to whether it's over or not. But Dwayne DeLoca even said, you know what, it's out of Kaizer Chiefs' hands now. I mean, really, it is out of our hands. We cannot be sitting on 53 at this point. We are supposed to be in the 60s already. We are supposed to be in the 60s already. There was a time where we had a chance after lockdown to actually aim for 70, but we couldn't. We just literally couldn't. And I just don't know, Mish. Like, honestly, we could have been on 64 or, say 64 or so points by now, if it wasn't for us dropping all those points as well. And honestly speaking, man, I am just so dejected, like you cannot believe. And I said in our previous interview that, you know what, it's no use us as the diehard supporters would actually go out of our way to give the guys support, to give the guys motivation, yet we are given different results, different unexpected results. And I tell you, these are the guys that are actually playing on the field. These are the guys that have been mandated to actually win this league. I don't know who mandated them, but I know they were mandated to win this league, and they failed. They failed in that point. And we cannot be using excuses such, no, because of lockdown, we couldn't even win games. It's utter nonsense. That is just utter nonsense. Okay, you had all the time in the world to actually come up with proper plans to really win games, and we just couldn't. Just couldn't. I mean, this is real trauma. This is real trauma. I mean, if you could give an example of what kind of patients or hospitals should actually expect, it should be us, especially at the trauma units, man. Hey, this is serious ICU stuff, man. Now we have to find ways of calming ourselves down. I mean, just after the Thursday game against Sundowns, I had to find a way of calming myself down, and that's when I came across this 10 rules of how to live life, 10 rules of life on Instagram, and then I just posted, and that's what calmed me down. And then today, I actually was speaking to one of one of the officials at Chiefs, because I was talking about the different issues as well, but it was besides the game. But that in itself, it really calmed me down, because at least it had to come from somebody who actually works at the village. Because let me tell you, if there's a place where I'm going to clear my head, it's definitely going to the village. That's for sure. It's definitely to go to the village, because despite what had happened on the field, the moment you step inside the premises, the headquarters of Kaizer Chiefs, your head just literally clears away. Sometimes I would actually, if I'm not going to buy merchandise, from the retail shop. I'm just there to visit. I'm just there to talk to the people that work there because they are family. They really are family. And the moment you walk out of there, you walk out there a completely brand new person. If there's a time for me to really go to the village, it would be at a time like this because I really, really need to clear my head, man. For real. I really, really need to clear my head because honestly, what had happened on the field, especially us losing at the Chiefs Kingdom, where our locker room has actually been locked by us. By us. We're the only people that use our change room, nobody else. But yeah, I tell you, it's really devastating, Mish. And yeah, I don't know. I can't find ways of how we're gonna come out of this. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm struggling to find ways on how we're gonna come out of this because again, we can't just be constantly motivating the players all the time, and then they're just going to give us results that we just don't want. We cannot afford to be on stage fright, especially as a team and the brand as big as Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, we are Kaizer Chiefs after all. We are the trendsetters. But what kind of trend are we setting right now?
Yeah.
That's the thing. What kind of trend are we setting right now?
So tell me,
because I can tell you, we set the trend as far as marketing is concerned. Us, it's top notch. No other team can do that. But what is most important is what trend are you setting on the field? Is it the right trend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me now quickly, I think we have about 10 minutes on this one. How do we pick our heads up now for the next two games? The players are probably deflated. They're probably completely gutted mentally. And these next two games are not going to be easy games, especially if Sundowns wins tonight. They're going to know, oh shit, we're going to be 3 points behind now. How do we, what do we do? That was hard to watch for us. Imagine being the player now.
Look, Mish, honestly speaking, the only way we're going to keep our heads up high is if we just continue fighting until the very end. Remember, the Wits actually are having their last dance as a Bidvest Football Club. So let us just rather have our last dance for the season for us. And then we must just take the time to reflect on what should have been, even though I don't like dwelling on the should haves, but we need to take the time to dwell on what should have been and why this went wrong. I can imagine what is going on in the Mutaunga household. People are the family there are just dejected. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure they're really dejected. I can just about imagine how they're feeling right now. I really, and even us as the supporters as well. I mean, it's evident. Our spirits have been down ever since we lost to Mamelodi Sundowns, to the point where we are just not in the mood to speak to anyone now. We are not in the mood to speak to anyone. We are not in the mood to speak to any of the rival fans because they have a tendency of provoking us as well.
Yeah,
that is the feeling that we have right now. But again, this is life. You have to face the music.
All right, Hunter. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to do better in the next game and see how it goes. Let's just keep it Amakosi for life.
Amakosi for life. We just have to fight for pride.
You're watching Amakosi for live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Amakosi for live, and give us a like on Facebook.